Aquarius, welcome to your reading. So before I dive in, starting this week, I'm offering extendeds to all of these videos. And so the link will be in the description box below. So let's dive in and get your current energy. What's influencing you? What do you need to focus on? And your past? Your strength? Near future? What else do you need to know? What else is influencing this? Your hopes or fears? And your potential outcome? And so this video is available on TikTok at Tarot with Michelle and on YouTube and Rumble, Tarot and Astrology with Michelle. So looking here, bottom of the deck, I'm getting your card, the Star card showing up here. I love that. And so the Star card, it's healing. It's focusing on what really matters, your goals, your dreams, all of it. And so I'm getting a lot of standing in your own power, recognizing your own strengths and weaknesses. And so in your current energy here, I'm getting the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant, it is a marriage card. It's Taurus energy, so it's very grounded, stable, long lasting. And I'm getting the Seven of Cups influencing it here. So the Seven of Cups is coming through as a lot of opportunities, but so many opportunities that it feels overwhelming. So I'm getting a lot of expansion here. This might be connected to your spiritual path. There's something about the Hierophant here and the Seven of Cups. We're going to get more information when we clarify. Let's see how it plays out here, because because that Hierophant energy is the person that has that direct connection to the divine. And with the Seven of Cups showing up, I'm getting a lot of spiritual growth, some sort of opportunity for growth. Something here, it may be emotionally overwhelming. I'm getting a lot of emotional overwhelming energy. So in your focus, I'm getting the Moon here, which is all about your intuition, but it's relying on your emotions, because the Moon does rule our emotions. And so here it feels like whatever is coming to the surface with the Hierophant influenced by the Seven of Cups, the Moon here is really look at everything holistically. The way the energy is coming through, it's getting into the depths of your emotions and understanding why you operate a certain way, understanding things that were hidden in shadow, that kind of deeper shadow part of yourself. Feels like it might be coming to the surface. This is something here that needs to be addressed. It's part of your spiritual path. It's part of your growth. Could be in connection to a relationship here, but I'm getting something around your spiritual growth. So I'm getting the Death card showing up here in the past. So that Death card, that Scorpio energy, it's endings and new beginnings. This also feels like you're going through some sort of spiritual awakening, some sort of ascension process here, the way the energy is coming through. The change already started. This is something that's not new, but I am getting kind of an evolution of it where you crossed some sort of threshold where now you're at the next phase and you're just going to keep building and building from here. And that's what the Seven of Cups feels like, that there's kind of a lot more room to grow, and some of it might be a little bit overwhelming. And so the universe is really directing you to focus on what really matters. Focus on the depths of your emotions and what that is calling you to do, because there's something significant that feels like only you know within yourself that's going to help you along this journey. In your strength position, I'm getting the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is you creating your own abundance. It's a card of confidence here. And I do get the sense that you stepped into your own power, because you're coming through as your major card at the bottom of the deck, the underlying energy. And so there's something significant in your growth that looks like it's unfolding here. Definitely part of an ascension process, raising your vibration, seeing things from a different perspective. And then I get the Empress here in the near future. This is also a card of transformation. And so that Empress energy, it is Venus. So it's very grounded, stable, focusing on what you really love and matter, including yourself. But I'm also getting the transformation side of the Empress. So it's not going to be visible in this deck, But in a lot of the decks here, and I'll show you, this is a Halloween deck. So she's just on top of her throne. But in a lot of the decks, she's a pregnant woman. So she's about to become a mother. And that change from being just one person to now being responsible for another human being, that's what it feels like here. There's something like a birth of you is probably the best way to describe it. You're kind of going through a rebirth, but it's an ascension. It's a raise in your vibration, seeing things differently. And so when I look at the external influences, so how the universe is shaping the situation, I'm getting the 10 of Cups here with the 5 of Wands. Now that 5 of Wands is obstacles and challenges. 10 of Cups is long-term happiness. Now it's a marriage card, just like the Hierophant. So it could be focused on a relationship, not going to be applicable for everybody because I'm getting actually the majority. This is connected to a spiritual awakening. And so the 5 of Wands, it feels like there have been challenges to achieving some sort of emotional happiness, some sort of success here. And it feels like what you're doing is you're breaking down those barriers. You're identifying ways to kind of work through those challenging times, that's 7 of Cups, and be able to identify, okay, this is the right path forward for me. And this is the growth that I need to go through. Because the moon is really challenging you to go through some sort of emotional growth, be able to rely on yourself more, trust your intuition more. And so when I look at your hopes or fears, I'm getting the Magician with the 4 of Pentacles. So the Magician's about manifesting what you want. The 4 of Pentacles is holding on to everything that you have. And so you are going through a growth phase and it can feel a little bit uncomfortable, like you're going to lose a piece of yourself. I don't get that you're actually going to lose a piece of yourself. You have a solid base here with that 4 of Pentacles. Now it's about growth and expansion on top of that base. And then showing up here in your potential outcome, I'm getting the Page of Cups. Now that Page of Cups is following your heart. Trusting yourself, trusting your intuition. It's a new energy because it's after this transformation. So it feels like that early stage, learning to trust your intuition as you evolve and grow. It's like, am I really hearing that? Or am I really seeing things that way? Is that what it's supposed to feel like? Things are going to come across different and it's going to be a learning curve. And that's what I'm getting here with that Page of Cups, is that kind of new energy where that young, youthful, I'm trying this for the first time and I'm not exactly sure what to expect. So let's dive in. Let's get more information. Tell me about the Hierophant here with the 7 of Cups. 4 of Swords. So healing. So taking a step back from a situation, giving yourself a chance to rest, recover, and heal. So the Hierophant, the 7 of Cups, you might be healing from a relationship, but I'm also getting here this 4 of Swords. Whatever the healing represents for you, in whatever capacity, when you give yourself that minute to pause and reflect and just kind of sit still with this energy, that's when you're able to see things more clearly. That's when that 7 of Cups becomes less overwhelming, less confusing, and you're able to identify what's the right path forward for you. Tell me about that moon, the World. So something here is coming to a close. It's connected to your transformation. It's the old way of living and behaving. What I'm actually getting here is an ego death. So you're kind of changing everything right now. And it feels like you're kind of mid-transformation. There's old ways of operating, thinking, behaving that are coming just to a complete end, that you're going to do away with those altogether. And in its place is this kind of spiritual awakening, this new approach to life and to situations. You're going to find your responses to people are very different than they were before. People are going to notice these changes about you because there's something that is going to be energetically different and everybody's going to pick up on it, including yourself. There's something new that's coming to the surface for you. Tell me about the Death card here in the past. Hanged Man. There's your Ascension card. And so that Hanged Man is about seeing things from a different point of view, that high level point of view, raising your vibration, kind of rising above the forest to be able to see down into it, identify all the trees, the path, everything. It gives you a different perspective altogether. This does feel like it's an ego death with that 4 of Swords. I'm definitely picking, and the Death card. It does feel like an old way of operating is completely done. Tell me about the 9 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles is a card of generosity. And so having that show up here with the 9 of Pentacles, you're opening up. There's something about you creating this new environment, raising your vibration, allows you to share what you have with other people. And I love the way it's coming across because you have more than enough that you're able to share with other people, but you're very balanced in the process because otherwise you wouldn't know you had enough. You would be acting from a place of lack. And I'm not picking up that energy at all. You're coming across as very strong, very confident. So whatever this ascension process looks like for you, lean into the changes because things are significantly improving. Tell me about the Empress. Knight of Cups, going after what you want here. The transformation is opening up some sort of opportunity for you. It's one where you're able to go after exactly what you want, but now it feels like you see things more clearly. I'm also getting the sense like colors, everything is going to look a little bit different, a little bit brighter. Tell me about the Five of Wands. Five of Pentacles, leaving behind all of the obstacles and challenges. So you're working through them in order to complete them and get them kind of off your list. The way that this is all kind of playing out, what you're doing is just, you're leaning into the change. You're being encouraged to lean into the change. And with that, all the obstacles that are preventing your growth or preventing you from achieving the results that you want, they get swept away because you've done the work. You've released those obstacles. Tell me about the Ten of Cups. High Priestess, trusting yourself, your intuition here. It's getting stronger. Your intuition is going to get a lot stronger. The voice is going to become a lot louder. Tell me about that Magician here with the Four of Pentacles. Page of Cups. So going after what you want. Yep. That's exactly how this is playing out. What you want is actually showing up here in the reading. Tell me about that Page of Cups and the outcome energy. Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups, a card of nostalgia. There could be something here from the past returning. Take it as it resonates for you. Not everybody wants something from the past, but if it is something from the past that's returning, your approach is going to be different. Your interpretation is going to be different. Even if it's something that's being revived, it's going to be completely different because of your energy, your rebirth here. And so Aquarius, this is this part of the reading. If you're interested in the extended, we're going to dive into this in more detail. Kind of get any hidden messages, advice from your higher self, see how things are going to play out over the next month, things like that. So if this is where we leave and we part ways, then I wish you all the best and I will see you next time. Take care.